Hello my demons and ghoulies, welcome back to my channel, and I know it's kind of been a while since I've been doing videos. I'll get to that maybe in a minute, we'll see, but I am doing something I kind of wish I had done last year, or the year prior, is make like a nice compilation of everything I had done for Art Fight this year. So this is my third year participating, and I was on Team Stardust as opposed to stinky Team Seafoam, and as of this recording I do not know which team has won. By the time this video does come out, I'm sure that will be available. But I guess before we get going into talking about my experience with Art Fight, I guess I'd like to explain what Art Fight is for those who haven't participated or curious, because I did a stream where I was doing my attacks and someone had asked, what is it? I've always wanted to participate, but I don't know what it is. So to put it sort of simply, or simply as I can, Art Fight is a art gifting game. It is comprised of two teams that are announced a little before the start of Art Fight, which is July 1st. It goes for all of July. The teams are announced. You get to sign up for which team you want to be on. And the point is to you upload your characters, their profiles. A lot of people will just link their toy house for their character. Say a little bit about them, a little bit of art of them if you have any. You usually need at least one image. But your goal is to primarily draw characters on the opposing team. So like I was on Stardust, so I was primarily drawing characters on Seafoam, my enemy team, to gain points. And these points are what help your team not necessarily progress, but you know, like any game, the more points you get, you win. So like currently I think Team Stardust has the leg up currently than Seafoam. I think. Right now, because it's the end of Art Fight, they actually do something a little sneaky and they take down how many points each team has and save it for the very end, which I think is really fun. But you can obviously attack people on your team and draw their characters if you really enjoy them. But the fun part is that if someone attacks your character, you can do what is called a revenge, and you can draw a character of theirs, and you can get additional points because it's a revenge. And you can then start a revenge chain by going back and forth, drawing each other's characters and gaining more and more points each time. Obviously, the more that you draw, the more points you receive. I think that's really important, is that if you draw like a simple pencil sketch, it will be less points regardless of whether it is just a headshot, it's just a half body, or even a full body, compared to a fully fledged colored shaded background piece that's a full body. Some people even do animated like little gifs of people's characters, which I think is crazy. I think it's also worth noting that not everyone does like drawn art, because art takes many forms, right? I have seen people do either 3D art, I've seen people do dice, I've seen people make some other sort of crafted gift, which I think is really, really cool. The only thing is, I'm not sure if there's any necessarily guidelines for physically created stuff, like if the person wanted their dice that was created after their character. I don't know. I guess it depends on the person. I wouldn't have any experience. But it's really, really fun. I love doing it every year. It came for me at a great time because I was in a bit of a slump. I am currently a full-time freelance artist. I draw other people's characters all the time. That's literally my job. So I was a little nervous that I was gonna feel like this was more of the same. But for me, I got a chance to pick the characters I want to draw and do it in different styles. I kind of went wild with some of these and got really experimental, tried different brushes, different shading styles. Some of it was really soft, some of it was really grungy, some of it was a little more, not realistic, but that's kind of the word I want to use. Some of them are a little like goofier and more cartoony. I also took the time to crop each attack and add the thumbnail image. Like I'm sure you can see like a little bit like of a clip where there's like a PNG border and then like I insert the image into it. That was really fun. I didn't do that last year and I always wanted to, and I was like, how do you do that? I just grab it, you slap it in, it's fine. But it was great because I had a ton of fun creating all this art for people, found some really cool characters, connected with a few people, which is always nice. But to me, as I was going through, like out the gate, I had a great time. I was recording my art fights, as you can see, that's why we have this footage here. And I was giving it my all and just super eager to get going because I had seen some of my last year's art fights, or attacks. I shouldn't call them art fights, they're attacks. And I was like, it felt good because I was like, I've come so far, like I have improved so much, and that made me feel good. As I progressed, however, I started to feel a little downtrodden and I was feeling a little, I guess frustrated is the word. I'm not going to like not say these feelings because I do think a lot of artists probably feel this, but I let myself feel them, validate them, and then put them aside because it's not the spirit of art fight. And that was, I wished I got more attacks on my characters. If we want to get like statistical, I got like a third or like half as many as I got last year. But it's not fair to be like, I wish I had more. Even like I did 21 attacks this year and I only got like 10 or 12 in return. What the heck? Like I let myself feel it, but then, you know, kept telling myself like that's not the point of art fight. It's to give to people just unconditionally. Let them enjoy art. Give them something to probably make their day. I know it makes my day. I think I was feeling that way because, like I said, I am a full-time freelance artist. I draw literally other people's characters all day long. I do not get the chance that much nowadays to draw my own characters. I've been feeling a little burnt out after work hours, which is when I usually draw my own characters. So I was I feel like my characters were feeling neglected. But I kept telling myself, like, that's not the point. That's not what you're supposed to get out of art fight. You're supposed to just enjoy creating and giving to others. Just the gift of generosity and giving someone a piece of art should be your main focus. And because I was a little conflicted and trying to overcome that, I just took a step back for a few days. And when I came back, I didn't get that many attacks in, but I did feel so much more passionate and dedicated to the fight of art fight. Which feels great. I was like, alright, I'm feeling it. I'm in the groove again. Let's fucking go. Like, if someone attacks my character, cool. If not, I don't give a shit. Let's just have a good fucking time, okay? And like I said, I don't feel ashamed for feeling that way, and I'm not gonna be like, oh, I would never feel that way, because I guarantee you there's probably a lot of people out there who are like, I wish this character got some art. I wish this character got a little extra love. I feel like they're our babies. We want them to have love and to get them out there and seen in the world, and as much as we love to create, we also love to receive in exchange for all the hard work that we put in to get something back. But I think it is important to remember that that's not the point. It's to just go at it, have fun. For me, like I said, I like to look at it as a nice artistic avenue of experimentation. Like for Lapis's little Ender Dragon lady, I went for like a blockier style because it's Minecraft. So I did something a little blockier and a different brush and more cube, not quite cube-ish, but a little bit more angled. I didn't blend very much. I left everything pretty sharp-edged, and I was like, oh, this is fun. Hell yeah, this is a good time. And I am very, very, very happy with how the attacks I not only put out, but also received. It's hard to be like, I like this one the most because XYZ. I love them all because I don't have to stick to a consistent style. Some of these I think is more in my lane, quote unquote, and I think you'll be able to tell. But there are some that's like, holy fuck, you made that? Like, that doesn't look like your style at all. Which is, I think, some of the the ones toward the end of this month's adventure in Art Fight. But it was so fun. So much compliments on my art too, because it is also, I think it's common courtesy to, when someone gives you an attack, to leave a comment of just, even if it's just thank you, to just, you know, because someone took time out of their day to draw your character, man, but you better say thank you. So I always say thanks. But I got a lot of comments of people saying thank you, but also being like, oh, you drew them with like such a cool art style, I love this, I love that. And I'm also at a point where during this month I was feeling kind of not necessarily insecure with my art style, but like, I don't know if this is where I want this style to be right now. It's like, I don't know what to change about it, but I'm not quite satisfied. I don't know what to do to fix it. So when I said that Art Fight came at a great time for me to experiment and just like go fucking nuts, I really did mean it. I got to go fucking nuts. It's perfect for if you're in a slump and there is a part of me that wants to somehow carry this into day-to-day life, but it's hard. I guess I could do it with just my own characters, like draw them in a totally different style. Like, who cares? They're my characters. Because it's harder to do that with other people's characters if I'm not getting paid for it and it's not for an event like Art Fight, if that makes sense. Especially because if I post, like, hey, can I have your characters to draw? I would get so many people, and then I worry and fear that someone would be like, well, you drew their character, why didn't you draw mine? Or now that you're done drawing theirs, why don't you draw mine? It's sort of that's the conundrum of it, of like, if I do one, I gotta do them all. maybe that's just me, I don't know. I was also a little frustrated because a while back I was like, I just miss drawing my characters and I don't know what to do about it and I'm not feeling as inspired, and I got people saying, why don't you draw my character? And this was before Art Fight, and I got frustrated. I was like, man, I draw other people's all day, I want to draw mine. And I think that's why I felt that sort of frustration during Art Fight. Like, god damn it, where's my character? But like I said, I'm not afraid to share the more negative emotions about that, because again, I do think a lot of people probably feel the same. And I want to mention that that's fine, that's okay, as long as that's not like your intent throughout Art Fight or life. Like, if people are talking about their characters, give them the room to talk about their characters, and then, you know, be respectful about having your time with characters too. Like, we should all be able to talk about our blorbos and bingos, but like not hog the spotlight, you know what I mean? We all gotta take our turn and share, because sharing is caring. I don't know if you guys knew that. Sharing is caring, and listening is caring, and that is more the vibe I took with me toward the end of our fight. But now that it's over, I mean, I have like 2 days until it ends. I have to go for a trip in a couple days, literally like right before it ends, and I don't think I'll be able to get any more in. So for me, it's technically over. And I already can't wait for next year. As silly as that sounds, I loved participating. I always do. I always have a great time. And I always get to find new kinds of characters that I really enjoy drawing. For example, I did one feral, like, dog creature that was really, really fun. They're like a dog flower. And then I drew a, like, kaiju looking guy with this big nasty tongue, these big jowls, and like alligator-esque with these spirit hands coming out of his chest. And I was like, oh fuck yeah, this rules. But then, like, the flip side of that is I got to draw, I did 2 Sonic OCs. And for those of you who don't know, I adore Sonic. I used to be, like, that was probably like one of my first fandoms. I like fell in love with Shadow the Hedgehog as a young child who didn't know anything about Sonic or any of the characters or literally any of the lore or whatever. And I like drew in that art style, and to draw those characters again, it was like, it was all coming back. I was like, oh my god, it almost felt like muscle memory, but I took it like a step further and like accentuated that style, or at least like in my way. And I was like, I want to make like my own Sonic OC again, or like revamp her, or hope that I can advertise those pieces and be like, hey, people with Sonic characters, you should commission me so I can have fun drawing your character. That might be a little more selfish, but like, that's fun. And I got to stream a couple of these pieces, which felt really, really good. I haven't streamed in a long time because I have been busy with commissions. And I'll be so in the zone that I forget that I can stream. Which is fine. But I'd like to try and get back to it. We'll see. It's kind of touch and go, which is fine. So is creating videos here on YouTube. It will be... Because commissions are my primary focus and this is more of a hobby, uploads might be a little more sparse here and there. I'm gonna see. I'm not just dedicating as much time as I used to. If that comes as a disappointment to some of you, I am terribly, terribly sorry. That's just kind of how it be. You know, if you want to, I'm always active on Twitter if you want to see what I'm up to. Or follow me on Twitch to catch the occasional rare stream. But that's pretty much it. I'm gonna try it and just to make sure that I'm uploading a video maybe like at least once a month. I'm not sure. Just a little tidbit of something here and there, because I do enjoy some of these videos, but with all of my time going into like commissions, just the focus has changed, that's all. But as we're winding down on the videos here, I will be showcasing all of the attacks that I did with the links to that person's character, as well as all of the attacks that I received. With that, thank you so much for watching. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you next time. Bye! I got ghosts you don't wanna know. Freedom, I never had the chance to run. Leave behind the said and done. Figure out what's to come. This video was made possible with the support of my patrons. $5 cool shoutout goes to Kelly, $10 imp shoutout goes to Lapis Dragon 01, and special shoutout goes to my $20 Demon tier patrons, Mimi Chai and Jay Laps. See you guys next time. Bye!